and we'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along, and we'll all hang out in kind. Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with a little bit of Celeste to start us off with. Welcome in Alyssa, welcome in Avon, welcome in Pug, welcome in Silver. How is it going all y'all? Hey, we've got a crystal heart. Well hey! You said, I'm your favorite ink blob? That's fair. I'm saying that I'm your favorite ink blob, but that's because I assume there's no competition in the category. This could be highly erroneous. But presumptuous of me, this is fair. Honey Mountain Game, exactly. I'm glad that you are alive, Avon. Hi, 2 Pixels Man, I see. Also, I love that the random chat today, the random colors for the on-screen chat has chosen violence by making everyone yellow. Love that. Speedrun mode might be available for March today. Neat, you work fast. I need to, now that I've actually quote-unquote beaten the game, I need to write a Steam review for March, which I feel that I can do semi-unbiased, given that I actually paid for the game. Waha. But one of the bits of feedback should definitely be, Dev, highly responsive and very cool guy. Can no longer activate Johan singing. You can't activate it unless we're on the break. I figured it out. You missed the fallout of that, though, because I may or may not have accidentally created an ad break command that was not properly permissioned, so yeah. A hydrate has been done, thank you kindly. Chat boxes choose violence is a great thing here, isn't it? I mean, that seems very reflective of chat in general, right? Woohoo! So this is interesting. I'm not sure. So we can like go. Ah, so that will move over. There we go. Needed that hydrate today? Well, then perhaps you should hydrate more yourself. Hey, welcome in, Robert. How goes? What? Oh, that was sad. If we no, it was like if we stay low enough, maybe we'll just go there. Oh, for the grass? That's fair. Yeah. Fires, no bueno. I enjoy fires, but when they are at a safe and healthy distance from me. Ding dong, ding dong. Hey! Welcome in Orisk, rip SSNs. I mean, didn't that leak happen, like, earlier this year? Me with no notification. Oh no! Well, welcome in, Tim. Yeah, I think it was April. I think most people don't think about where their information goes and they just don't care. Or Wi-Fi power stream. I know. I was up at 8. I was like, no. It's fine though. Got some actual, did a little bit of basic upkeep work this morning. Although, okay, brief announcement. I think, knock on wood, we should still be on for the 12-hour stream tomorrow. There is a slight chance, 2 of my family members have decided that today was a great day to wake up and get injured, so I may need to get them to hopsital. So that may interfere with today's stream or possibly tomorrow. I will try and keep you guys in the loop. If things are, I know, terrible. It seems mostly okay. So I do not think it will be something, but that is just I may need to bump stuff up. I will communicate stuff in the Discord, try and be very clear with it. So, letting you guys know. I know, it's terrible. It's like they scheduled it for just to make my life more inconvenient, obviously. Hey, welcome in, AWF. Why is nobody doing anything about this? What banks and stuff do now? Still just using it? Everyone. Oh, the SSNs. Oh, so, this is something, what? So, thing about SSNs, at the very least in the US, I mean, where you have an SSN, a lot of A lot of places use them as identification when they really shouldn't, and at least in my opinion, the biggest problem with that is, even if they don't store any of it plain text, ostensibly, like this is a bad leak. Don't get me wrong. Got yourself a brain bleed? That's very bad. Hope that you're overall as okay as one can be in that situation, Alyssa. But it's one of the... This is a very bad leak, don't get me wrong. But the way they're stored anyway is already deeply problematic because they store the last 4 digits plain text, and the first 5 digits usually you can figure out if you have the person's birth date and where they were born. So it's really bad, especially since that's kind of in the US what everything is tied to. But it's also one of those things where there's a lot of... It's only as bad as it is because there's a very strong institutional problem in the US with how SSNs are used. Still, worked with an older dude, he still has his old SSN card that says not to be used for identification purposes right on it. Yep, that is, I have heard a number of people, sometimes you can just refuse to provide it and it will work, but I also feel bad for the service workers because their system isn't always set up for that because it was engineered poorly. Anyway, Yawn made a Baba's U mod that makes the Visit To mod work with the Persist property from Persistence level pack because they don't work together otherwise. Neat! Would make a game request if the game is a goofy free game on Steam? I mean, I take game requests. I don't instantly play them. I will put them in the queue, I will acquire them. At some point, we will whip them out. But it's not a... I have no guarantees on when they'll come around, so always welcome to put that in suggestions, but yeah. You're okay said your head was filled with tomato soup and pomegranate juice. Okay, you know, good. I guess that's a... I guess that's good? Good cushioning, I suppose? Yep. You will get there at some point, Avon. I'm considering, I might make a, like, self-promo channel on Discord, just so that we can sort of keep those notifications there, and also for stuff like, hey, Silver, you never sent me the link to the, March pillowcase cover. Because I was uploading, I got that video uploaded today, I'm like, I want to put the link in the description. So for stuff like that, might make a dedicated channel. Lively Chair Simulator, I believe you've mentioned this, yeah. I believe you have mentioned that. I remember you talking about that one of the days we were doing some stuff. Yeah, probably will not play that anytime soon. I also do not know if that is something where I would play that with you on stream, just on the basis of I don't do a whole lot of playing with chat members on stream, which is not like a thing, but just I have not developed that level of comfort with it yet, and there are considerations because I am responsible for the content on stream. But I cannot really be responsible for you guys, however, I will still be held responsible for it. Your shop, sick! I will open that in a tab, awesome. I will peruse through that, and then I will update that video with the link. But yeah, I think having a channel on our Discord where we can put stuff like that would be awesome! So, what I'm trying to do with this bear, I know I'm yapping an awful lot. But very basically, what I'm trying to do here is we jump here, and then I think we can use the dash to get over to where the doorbell rings. So we jump here, but the dash is just like slightly not long enough, so I think we need to be jumping off the end of it. 69 berries and stop collecting them. Because epic and very funny. Hell yeah. You know, didn't you try and do something similar, but couldn't breathe today, Yeah, air quality, no. I will say, I know that most people are sick of COVID pandemic stuff, but N95 mask, actually pretty decent if there's a lot of smoke messing up the air quality, at least in my personal experience. So, highly recommend that. Not breathing is fun? I've heard that from various sources. Never been my thing, but, you know, you do you. Oi now. You can't make the jokes that Twitch moderated me out of. But yes, that is indeed the joke I was going for. It was like, wait, what part of this is the problem? Is it because I said, I thought it might be because of, like, literally, like, oh, it's thinking this is some sort of clickbaity thing, but... Woohoo! Oh! No, 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 no! Oh! We were close! You feel obligated to be here? Well, check that command. Bom, bom, bom. I probably need to shorten that / I suspect add a longer cooldown, but felt like just having something there so that if someone's going, I feel bad, I missed stream or whatnot, don't feel bad. Order, I'm going to do the games for the 12-hour stream because you have something for like 20-ish minutes around 9 AM. Gotcha. So my plan is to start off, hey, welcome in, Essie. My first plan, my first plan. My plan is, first game of the day, I want to be Baba when I still have some mental acuity. So that will go from probably about 6 AM until 9 AM my time. And then after that, I think we will go with Geometry Dash, then Lingo, and end off with Jump King when it's nice and chill. Today is going to be the same queue as yesterday, sort of our standard fare. We are... Whoop. Oh, that's evil! We made the dash but passed the strawberry. It will be the normal fare of starting off with about an hour or so of Celeste, which usually turns out to be about an hour and a half. We'll then do some March, where we'll be checking out the new bosses, possibly trying to do a little bit of expert mode stuff, and then ending off the day with some lovely contemplations through Nier. No worries. Again, check obligation message. Want to buy some new March merch now. Hey! The revitalization. What? Okay. I'm sorry. I touched that strawberry. What the hell? Aren't you supposed to hold on to the back of the other brick? I feel like yes, but I keep missing it, and I think this is totally doable. I just keep going over the strawberry. So I'm too good at jumping, not good enough at jumping where I need to jump. Whoop. I think I've got this. I think my strategy will work. Now, of course, that I'm saying that and trying to prove that, it will never work. Ask the strawberry nicely to fly into my pockets. I wish. It doesn't have wings, though, so it's not allowed to fly. Obviously. Duh. Oh, that was sad. The ding-dong berry, right? Although that feels a little bit like... I don't know why my brain immediately went to, imagine just going into someone's stream and calling them a ding-dong berry. That would be... Woohoo! See? Strategy was sound. I don't know, I feel like that would be something where I would look at that and I would go, I feel insulted, but in a very nice way. Hope you like the sound of doorbells. I imagine there will be a lot. Berry. I'm such a ding-dong berry, Johan. I know. I know. I try not to be. Waha. What? Superpower. You're the best jumper, but can't control where you jump. Exactly. Exactly. It's not my fault. I'm just too good at jumping. I'm such an ink blob. Wow. Wow. Calling me an ink blob to my face? Wait. Huh? Let's see if the ding-dong berry can solve a puzzle. I'm gonna do my best. Woohoo! Oh, you hate this part? Ah. Ink blob, more like stink blob. Oof. Got him. Damn. Checking my ego there. Okay, so we can put it under, but there's not really a way to progress. $1 million, but every time you see any type of sponge, you have to eat it. I would feel bad about living sponges. I could never see the ocean again. Whoop! Oh, did that just, like, auto-jump me? Weird. Literally a win-win? What? Okay, like, I can understand the like, textural appeal of a kitchen sponge, but, I don't know, like, living sponges, man, why eat them? They're just trying to vibe. Just trying to live. Well, hey, we jump up. Oh, I knew there was a reason I was going down. You've never seen a living sponge we're safe? Ah, visit more aquariums then. Ah! Very skill issue. Okay, we go here. Wow, that was bad. $1 million, but you can no longer hear out of your left ear and see out of your right eye. Okay, that one, no. Because my right eye is my only good eye for Meat Han. Meat Han's left eye, actually miserable. Meat Han's left eye, I believe, is considered legally blind. Woohoo! There we go. Oh, solid ground at last. I believe is considered legally blind. I looked into getting a prescription monocle. Right eye, above average vision. So, yeah, no, not giving that up. When I have time in the evening. I have been busier than I should. So, we will get to it at some point. What? I know we've had, like, the break commands and whatnot, but those were just, like, genuine, huge quality of life, so that we're actually making sure the ad breaks run the proper amount. I figured that was a priority over new emotes, as cool as new emotes are. Well, hey, $1 million, but every week you need to drink an entire bottle of QP Mayo AI? What? Ugh. I mean, I'm not a mayonnaise fan, but for $1 million, I could probably get over it. Okay. What does this want from us? You like QP Mayo? I am unfamiliar. But not like a bottle a week. Yeah, but I don't know, for like $1 million, I feel like I could probably... Now, okay, here's the question. Does it simply need... Could I use the money to hire someone to drink the mayo in my stead? It's Japanese mayo, gotcha. Like, can I make use of my fortune to try to escape my curse, or is this doomed to never work? But still is mayo AI. Oh. There we go. This is literally your favorite mayo, not even kidding, you will do that? Okay. So yeah, so if I was offered this deal, could I take the $1 million and, like, do half the bottle of mayo and then give, like, you know, pay Pug, like, I don't know, $50 per half bottle? Could use money to send airstrikes to the Netherlands. Does this solve me having to drink mayo? Okay. Okay. Well then I would, I don't know. I don't know whether or not I would take the deal. I feel like I could probably get over it, but it would still, I don't know, that's a big ask. Because that's also like, well, why does one want money, right? It's presumably to improve quality of life. So, if I'm having to drink a bottle of mayo every week for the rest of my life, I mean, that's 52 bottles of mayo per year. Assuming the average lifespan is 70 years, right? I think that's like 70, 72 in a lot of developed countries. That's going to be what? I'm not going to say exactly how many, but assume I've got 30 years left in my life on average. Assume I'm 40. Assume I've got 30 years left. That's going to be, what? 1,500 bottles of mayo in my lifetime? That sounds horrendous. I went up, blew all the candles, and no! Terrible. Don't need the block. Just do a really cool speedrun skip? Uh-huh. Learn how to add furigana above kanji and HTML, a skill you'll literally never use again. What, you're not going to write the next big translation app? Come on. I need better kanji learning than Duolingo. You got this, Tim. A $1 million or $100 million, but you take $100 from a bunch of random Americans. Probably just $1 million. I would rather deal with the weird minting of money, I think. I think I've said this before, I get very uncomfortable with the idea of, like, taking stuff from people. I do not. Oh, we can grab the side there. Ooh. Interesting. Huh. That does change how I'm viewing this. A man drank 1 bottle of mayo every week for 2 years straight. Here's what happened to his chubby emu. I'm unfamiliar with chubby emu, but I'm guessing that's like a you wouldn't believe this is real kind of channel. Alright, see you next stream, Avon. Yes, Noble. You'd definitely take 100 million. I do not begrudge you this. But oh. Yeah. Waha. No! I mean, I guess that works. I've been overly fancy there. So, okay, we want to get this. How do we get across, though? So even if we can grab down there... Huh. Emu, a man drank a lava lamp, here's what happened to his liver guy. Oh, yeah, it's a medical channel that talks about people eating, drinking dumb things and what happened. Oh! See, I haven't watched that content online. But I've got a friend who is currently working at a hospital. I forget exactly where her job title is, but really loves to read interesting medical journals, so I get to hear some of the worst things that people do to themselves. Just blanket statement, no matter how smart you think you are or how big that medical bill is, don't inject yourself with random fluids thinking that you understand how to cure yourself. Just PSA, that was an uncomfortable number of things I've heard the stories from. Very good at solving hard puzzles and bad at solving easy puzzles. Ah, damn it. Why didn't you comma separate that? Large sum of money, but you need to pay a slightly smaller large sum of money every day until you are poor, or $100 every time you commit a crime. Wait, so I would pay... So, okay, so it's either I get a big lump sum, but then I'm drained down to a level, and then I have to rebuild. So that's basically I'm getting, either I'm investing in such a way that carries forward for a long time, or... So I'm either investing in a way that carries me forward, which it looks like it's only 100 times bigger, so probably not. Or I just live happily for a short time. Or I take something that will probably not apply to me unless I'm committing like very minor infractions that no one enforces. I think I'll take the thing that has no downside, but probably, you know, occasional upside, and maybe I find a way to game the system, so I would take $100 every time I commit a crime. You know, on the street 10 times a day? Yeah, you know, stuff that isn't enforced like that. 3 years of having basically infinite money doesn't sound bad. Yeah, like, it doesn't sound bad, but at the same time, like, it ruins your savings, right? So, you know, it's one of those things of, if you do have anything, if you have assets, right, it sets you back down to 0. You can't carry that forward, so it resets any retirement savings. Oh, it's enforced all right? Oh, huh. Well then. Well then, you know, I guess you go to jail and then you rack up extra infractions there or something? $100 every time you commit a crime? Littering is a crime, but what if you undo the crime? Throw a piece of plastic outside, pick up piece of plastic, repeat. Or I mean, like, I don't know, street perform without a license. Misuse federal property in the US. I believe that technically speaking, if you buy like a flat rate shipping box and use it as a lunch container, I believe that would be a crime. I don't know, go to one of the weird places where it's like walking on the wrong side of the street is a charge. Wildplassen, or wild peeing, is an easy way to get a high fine. Oh my god. That's... okay, that's kind of fantastic. The fact that there's a name for it, in particular, is so good. I've been to... the name is also weird in Dutch, fair enough. I've been to too many, like, rock and metal concerts. I want to be very clear. I have always found the, like, rock and metal communities to be fantastic. They're some of the kindest, neatest people you'll meet. There are also a lot of people who will get absolutely arse-faced drunk. And so I've never seen someone get fined for that, but that might also just be in that, like, very specific scenario of, we've got janitors, we accept this eventuality. Johan is going to be dumbfounded when he knows how to get to the other side. I believe it. Okay, let's take a moment to think. To really think. So, if we just... Okay. Is there a way to bring the thing... Oh my god, I am an idiot. I am an idiot. We've seen this before. I had just kind of forgotten about that entire process. No! Wait, okay. Oh my god. Release the emotes. Yep. Thinking equals puzzle solve? Wow, I know, right? Well, okay, so we'd done that before. Oh, darn. We'd done things along those lines before, but wow, I was thinking too hard about Wildwissen and whatnot. But okay, there we go. We need to grab it to trigger it. There we go. Funniest part is that you also missed what Johan missed here was for like 10 minutes. With just 2 brain cells, you can think and talk to chat. Look, man. I've said it before, I like to buy things chronically on sale, so these were heavily discounted when I got them. They don't multitask that well. Ah. Okay, so we need to, like, dash ahead as well over here. Okay. Whoa-hey! Wow, that wasn't so hard now, was it? Okay. Ah! Gusts! If we're right up against the wall, it doesn't do stuff, right? Yeah. Windy! It friggin' windy! Okay. Okay. But see, I'm a chronic yapper. This is why I protest that, no, I do not like puzzle games, because I can't think and yap at the same time effectively. You know what we probably need to be doing here? Using the wind, Johan. Like a... Nope, nope, jump up and dash? No. Probably... We're not supposed to dash there, but you know what? It worked, so we'll take it. Wind. Oh. Oh, so now we're on the Jump King level. Woohoo! Never mind, that was totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so there's not just a safe resting place there where we can look. Wow, that was wholly unnecessary. Okay. We're on the Jump King level. Suddenly have an idea for a Celeste map. Uh-oh. Okay. No! Okay. Ow! That was bad. Bam, bam. Okay, ride out the wind. Bouncy, 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 no! Okay. Bounce. Bounce. Nope. Wow. Saved it. Failed it. Bounce, bounce. Okay. Bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. So we need to use a combination of the extra verticality and the dash to get over there. The Celeste experience. Does insane trick to save yourself, falls into a hole 2 seconds later. Yep, that seems about right. Waha, waha, wahey. Woohoo! Okay, okay. I was perhaps not entirely ready for what I was doing to myself there. No! Okay, okay. Jumpy, dashy, jumpy, jumpy, dashy. Jumpy, jumpy, dashy. Jumpy, dashy, jumpy, dashy. We will get this strawberry if it kills us. No more nemesis berries. We leave nothing in our wake. I say, probably having completely missed, like, 5 strawberries. Bump. Bump. Nope. Okay. Jumpy, bouncy, 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 dashy. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Well, hey. Bounce, bounce, dash. Dash. Nope, don't dash out of that bubble. Actually, if it kills you, you won't get the berry. Are you sure about this? I am a spirit. What is death to a Johann? I have not actually figured this out yet. I believe we talked about it before. I've seen spirits fade away, but I have not seen them, like, die from some sort of trauma. Boom. 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 I guess this also probably just refers to Madeline, because we don't get the berry if Madeline dies, but I don't know, we just try harder. Ah! Bounce, 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 jump. I say dashing, bounce, bounce, dash. Dash. Ah. Okay, so I think that is the right move. We are just not skilled enough for it yet. And by not skilled enough, I mean we just gotta practice. Bounce, bounce, dash. Dash. Oh, man. Okay, if we done an up, if we dashed up directly, that would have worked, I think. She does not die. She just acts as if she's dying. Playing possum? Did you guys know that possums are marsupials? This was something that caught me by surprise at one point. I believe they are the only North American marsupial. Maybe she enjoys getting impaled by the spikes? I somehow doubt this, but, you know, to each their own. Bouncy, bouncy, dash. Oh, hey look, a secret! Well that's good to know. I still want to get the strawberry though, but I guess this is also probably super secret, so let's check. Let's check this out. So we're trying to get back to the wall, I think. Just got paid today, you know what that means? You get to actually eat food? Why? Oh, that was bad. Money? That would also be a good indicator. Huh. Oh no, that does seem to be going up an awful lot, so yeah, let's maybe wait on that. Well, hey, bounce. Nope. And then we go jump, jump. Wah! Whoa! Thank you for the cheer, Tim. Very much thank you. That's when I get a job, you know I will be subscribing. Thank you very kindly. It shall go into the fund for finding more entertaining things. $1, 1 monies, huzzah! I've also realized I set something up fun for subscription. I didn't set it up for bits. I will need to remedy that. I'm still trying to get used to setting all of these things up. Oh darn, you did it backwards. Oh, the the 1-1. I feel like both are acceptable. Both serve as very good emphasis. 100 bits makes a bottle? Is that how it works? Well, hey. But thank you very much, Tim. Very much appreciated. A single doubloony. When I get hired in 5 to 6 months from the page pull posting. It shall be reinvested. The bottle awaited by the... That was one... So I have what I consider to be a very clever plan for a Bellman command, but it's one that's going to require a little more setup because I've got a very big funny. Makes a hole if it's a 100-piece puzzle. True. And, well, see, really though, isn't Twitch erasing the wonderful history of what bits used to mean? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, it was 8 bits formed a silver dollar in the past, right? 100 bits await the bottle? Ha 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 ha. When you make stamina go womp womp? Yeah. Womp. Bow! Oh. Oh. Just know one bit is one cent. Yes. In Twitch monies, but I believe in ye olden days. Have you ever heard the like the shave and a haircut knock? The dot has words, right? Because it's shave and haircut, 2 bits. I believe the bits are referring to, hold on. Taking a moment from Celeste. So, shave and a haircut, 2 bits. What's, okay, 2 bits. And the response, 2 bits. Come on, Wikipedia. Show us what bits we're talking about. 2 bits is a term in the United States and Canada for 25 cents. Okay, so I did remember that correctly. So 8 bits would be $1, at least in that context. Only know it from a Dutch commercial saying, "Die zien we nooit meer terug." We won't see them again. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Pitta. We are indeed Celesting. The platinum is the best emote, huh? It's going pretty well. We were just double checking if I remembered what ye olden term for bits meant. Celery? Yes. The celery. But yeah, so I don't know. I think Twitch is being historically inaccurate. Big joke. Wah! Yeah, we are on, this is chapter 4 still, I think? Hair and a shave cut, 2 bits? Ugh. I don't know why hair and a shave cut is so fundamentally upsetting, but do not like. Johan? Yes? Are you a Pokemon whose name is Johan? Well, hey. Oh man, that was incorrect. Look where the wind blow. How did chapter 3 go? Pretty well. I enjoyed the cleaning. I feel quite bad for Mr. Oshiro. I did see the thing to the right. We have unlocked the secret to the right. However, waha! We are trying to get this strawberry first. Perhaps this is ill-advised. Good stream title? Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome in, Super Ultimate. How is it going? Wah! Ah, not quite though. We did go there, we saw that there is some stuff, but it looks like it goes up quite high, so we're waiting up. No way, new viewer. I know, it happens on occasion. Welcome in. Woohoo! Bump, bump. Yeah, no, I was like, oh, yeah, this game blows me away, haha, stupid little silly pun for the stream, amazing. But literally, it was like, this Twitch moderation might take issue with this. And it's like, by Twitch moderation might take issue with this, do you mean Twitch moderation is taking an issue with this? So I think that's the very polite way of saying we are auto-modding this. I was like, okay, fine. We'll replace the problem word. That was sad. Been 3 years since we played Celeste, hot damn. Well, in fairness, I did play probably about 3 years ago and never made it past chapter 1 because I was having a rough time using the keyboard. So, this is me back with a controller and we're making good headway. Woohoo! Nope. And dash, there we go. Twitch, us, might not like it. We don't like it. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, I wish you would just say it outright, please. It's a funny little fact that is useful for speedruns. When you enter one of these bubbles while crouching, you're offset 2 pixels upward. Weird, okay. But it does make sense. It does seem like there is a bit of snapping that goes on. I will probably never be getting that technical with Celeste. Bump, bump. Ah! The spikes! 99.9% chance. Oh, wouldn't that be horrid if it was actually a, like, soft suggestion, and if you just kept clicking it enough, they would eventually, like, roll correctly and allow you to use it? Though we can't dash there. If we've done that, we need to dash back to try and recover, I think is what has happened. Completed, and then while with keyboard was fun? Yeah. And that's, like, there have been a number of folks here that are like, oh, I play on keyboard. I am very happy for them. I was really struggling with the diagonals, so I'm enjoying this a lot more with the controller. And that's, you know, that's, again, part of the joy of games, right? Is different people have different ways of interacting with them. Could not play this with the keyboard. Yeah, it got rough. This game with keyboard was part of why I was really nervous to be doing Hollow Knight with keyboard. But that one worked out alright, so we take it. It in a shortcut 2 shaves? Did you know dashing in a specific way can offset your sub-pixel position, which can be used for a trick in modded map Final Goodbye? You have played this game too much. Your sub-pixel position. So Celeste is using... So Celeste is tracking your position in, like, absolutes with, like, either doubles or floats, and then translating it into pixels? You broke your right arrow key at some point? That happened with my left arrow key in Jump King. Hollow Knight with keyboard couldn't be you. Yeah, I don't know. That did work out eventually. I thought there were going to be more buttons. I never really learned to use I forget what they're called, but certain powers, I guess. Don't want to spoil people on the existence of things, but there were some aspects of combat that I never learned to use well, but definitely now. Celeste does have subpixels and they suck. Uh-oh. Ahoo! You do not like doing Goldens? Gotcha. I don't even know what Goldens are yet. Woohoo! There we go. And jump, jump, dash, dash, dash. Oh my god, we got the timing right, but then I was not expecting it. I was trying to get into recovery. Although, I guess technically speaking, no matter what we're doing, we should always be trying to recover from that, shouldn't we? Yeah, wait a moment. What am I doing? Because even if we succeed, we need to be trying to get back up to the bubble. Woohoo! Okay. How much have I been spoiled about this game? I have not been spoiled at all about this game, so yeah. Exactly. It's pretty much my policy with every game. I think there's only been one... The only game that I've played on stream completely spoiled was Night in the Woods, because that is a game that I've watched a number of times and really loved. Everything else is, I guess it needs to be a vertical jump, because otherwise we're not getting that verticality. Every other game, I have not played an awful lot of games, so I like to go through and have my experience and share it with people who are interested. Deliver fun facts that definitely won't help. Exactly. Thank you, Pitta. You always come back. Yes, you do, Avon. You always find a way. Bom, 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 bom. On the side of no spoilers? Yeah. I don't know, like, I'm trying to think if there's any game whose experience would have been better for having been spoiled on it. And I don't know. Like, I think there are definitely some games that you eventually want to go back and play through again with more knowledge, but I feel like foreknowledge of games is almost always something that makes them a little worse. Caveat to that. I think foreknowledge of games is always something that makes them a little worse, so long as they are well constructed. Never replayed it. Think you like it that way with your choices being permanent? Gotcha. Oh, Night in the Woods in one sitting, much to the dismay of your sleep schedule? Yeah. No, and I don't know if... It's one I will probably replay just because it's an important one to me that I will use to meditate on. But it's just there's so much cool stuff in that. I feel comfortable with the choices I've made. I'm glad I've recorded that. Some games you look up what not to miss. Yeah, I think that's fair, right? But that's not so much like, that's sort of I have done what I am looking or at least the way when I'm getting to a point like that in the game, I have done what I've set out to do with it, and then I'm not, so I'm going, I am admitting defeat on this, so rather than having to literally replay the whole thing, we're going to figure that out now. Also, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. A hydration? We will do that when we're, okay, well, when we've already died. Well, hey. The hydration complete. Thank you. Well, considering that I'm streaming from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. my time tomorrow, probably not even. I'm going to be a wee bit busy. Because we've got the... Darn. We've got Bob in the morning, followed by some Geometry Dash, then a little Lingo, and wrapping up with some Jump King. Sadness. Have a bit cut 2 shirts. You know, I've seen the meme a number of times about, like, oh, you know, the Roman Empire, the thing that you think about a number of times per day. Anyone else think about how barbers and dentists used to be the same people, and surgeons? That was just kind of a wrapped together thing for a while. That's something that haunts my nightmares, lives rent-free. Celeste, an offbeat game for me? I don't know if there really is an offbeat game for me. My philosophy with streaming is basically I stream things I'm interested in. So Celeste is something, I'm sort of treating it in the same vein. I typically do like a morning game that is some sort of like platformer or what I consider like a skill testing game. One that is something where I feel like I can focus a little more on chat to sort of warm up because I'm much more of a yapper than I am a player. So, like to do something along those lines in the morning, followed by typically some sort of puzzle game middle of the day, and then finally something that's a little more story-driven. Also, hey, welcome in, Personal. How goes it? Yeah, barber pulls. No, that's exactly it. Some new shop design. Sick! We get more Marsh merch. Has beat-based blocks. Ayo! Do I support LGBT? Well, turns out that about 90% of my IRL friends are some form of the, as I've heard it affectionately called, the Alphabet Mafia. So yes, totally fine to make me with some sort of pride flag. Wah! Plan on completing Celeste? I do. I do not know to what extent I plan on completing it. I suspect it will be main story. And I will, at the very least, check out some B-sides. I don't know how much of B-sides I will do. It kind of depends. Because at least for me, one of the things that I'm finding most compelling about Celeste at the moment is the characters. There seems to be... I came into this thinking it was a platforming game with very pretty art. I am realizing that this seems to be trying to tackle a lot more themes of mental health, which is super cool. As someone who has a pretty strong interest in psychology, I am enjoying that very much, and I want to see what they have to say about it, and particularly if there's additional content regarding that in the B-sides, that's something I would definitely want to check out, but it's all gonna sort of play it by ear. We will see. You know, I might end up doing some custom maps or whatnot as well. Yon, you do not have to clarify that you're playing the funny trans game. Oh. Right, I forgot that was mimetic. Then play everyone's funny maps. I suspect that is going to be what happens with it. I'm not confident, I will not make promises on that, but I do suspect it is going to be that kind of game. The gender snatchers got Johan's friend's gender instead of Johan's. I've told the story on stream that I, quote-unquote, bought someone's gender identity for a loaf of garlic bread, right? Like, this was... I had a friend who was trying to figure out gender identity and was like, I think some flavor of non-binary? I'm like, can I just simplify this for you by making some sort of fey bargain? Gotta go. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you for hanging out, Pug. Hopefully see you tomorrow. I have seen at least 10 reviews that said 1 hour on record negative review. Why is this? Huh. Need to zoom past and return to stream. Wait, what? What did I miss? Oh, sorry. No. We have active chat, and I'm still not. I miss things. So, what are your thoughts on getting the Celeste net mod and having us play with you? Oh, gotcha. Dunno. Certainly not until I have done the base game. I would need to look into that. My policy with playing with people, I am not against it, and particularly something like Celeste, I assume that all the interaction is just people existing in the same sphere. Oh my god, no! I do get somewhat nervous about stuff where it's like, this is, if I am dead. Things like Arctic Phone and whatnot, like, those ended up fine. So, like, overall, I trust. Okay, wait for the wind. That was bad. I personally get a little nervous with stream interactions sometimes, but that is something that I just need to get over at some point, probably. So yeah, that is something I'm willing to look into when I've gotten most of the sort of single player experience that I'm looking for out of it. Then I'm open to entertaining the idea of doing something more multiplayer-y. You receive some gender. I receive no more questions. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I received the satisfaction of, I've always loved the idea of, like, fey bargains. The idea of trading things that are intangible and the ramifications of that, I've always thought were fantastic. A D&D character concept, or more accurately a campaign concept, I've always thought would be really fun, was something set in the Feywild, where everyone involved either starts off with some sort of fey bargain, or it's like a very frequent currency. So people are having to make evaluations of like, can my warlock survive without the letter V? But Your Honor, it was funny. Doing Celeste now on your stream was great for when you're stuck on room and maps. Gotcha. Having anyone on screen that isn't you is scary. Yes, exactly, Tim. Thank you. Speaking of, wanna do a Phasmophobia collab sometime? Even if you trust them, you never know. I don't like not being fully in control of what happens in stream. Yeah, no, that's like chat is something that's spooky enough. I keep meaning to send you a message about that, and then I always am like, wait, I'm like tired. I'm not going to be able to respond if Tim responds and such. I'm like, I will ping you in Discord at some point, and we can hash it out. Also, Sigma, at some point I thought it would be fun to do something with you. I don't know what we overlap on, but I mean, hey, like if Phasmophobia, maybe 3 of us or something. But waha. I need to get into the habit of doing that more, because I feel like collaborating with other cool folks that also have streams, so I know you all have a stake in it. Like, I feel like there's a higher degree of trust, because we both know we are responsible for the content. Don't own Phasmophobia, but considering getting it soon because a lot of friends own it? Well then, hey! Plus, it's not like, you know, it could always be something like, hey, when you get it, let's do something, right? We got options. So yeah, sick. Let us know, because I think that would be quite fun. I absolutely suck at the game. So, it would be a sign of much ridiculousness. Speaking of doing forbidden things to levels in Celeste, check Video Game C Chapter 3, but cooler looking? Gotcha. We can suck together, hell yeah! Well, it sounds like Tim actually has some amount of experience, so we rely on you, Tim. Like the last game theory video talked about, you don't win content creation on your own. You collaborate and work together so everyone wins. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm so bad about it, even though, like, part of it is I know I'm bad with scheduling, but at the same time, so like, yeah. There's multiple reasons. I guess the easiest summation is, yo, Johan, an anxious person, who would have guessed? We got the strawberry, but we didn't go beyond. Oh no! Wah wah wah. Knowledge of Phasma is limited to running away and making jokes. Great, so we can be a gaggle of idiots. Amazing. But yeah, like, it's something I need to be better about. Like, rating, something I need to get into the habit of is when there's not, like, either, you know, typically, if it's like, oh hey, Tim's live, which does not typically happen in the evenings, but it's like, okay, so Sigma's live, or Dr. Rick is live, I'm like, hey, people that I am aware of, let us raid out there. If neither of you are live, I'm like, who do I raid? I need to get better about just, like, looking and going, let's try someone new. Do I play single-player puzzle maps together, or do single-player puzzle maps together and put your heads together? Oh, talking about do, like, co-op for it? Yeah, like, there are a lot of options. I just need to be better about, like, being on the ball with it. Because it is fun. It is fun hanging out with other folks. But then it's also, you like, or at least for me, it's one of those things where you kind of, like, get into your, like, little comfort zone of, like, I am waking up and I'm doing this thing. Like, even transitioning to a new game sometimes, like, I enjoy the variety on stream. Sometimes it's like, but will people like this new game? And here's the thing, even if people don't, like, that's fine. Like, hey, guess what? Most of y'all aren't watching the Nier stream. That's fine. I'm having fun with the Nier game. And, like, that's kind of the point, right? I want to be making stuff that's fun for you guys. That's why I'm trying to put effort into, like, oh, hey, let's do some interesting stuff with StreamerBot and try and make stuff engaging. But also, ultimately, I'm here to be, you know, playing games, being mindful about them, that I'm interested in. I'm gonna go live again today, but still are waiting to watch a movie with us. Us! Very nice! We'll always support making time for important life partners over providing us with entertaining content. You'll also be on Johan's stream. Hell yeah! Wah wah. Gotta have someone help me with the lingo puzzles. Wah wah. Wah. No! Okay. What if, now this is going to sound absolutely insane. What if, instead of getting the strawberry, we just figured out how to get past here, so that if we do manage to get the strawberry again, because we're getting dialed in on that, we actually know what to do. Did I know? Did I know what? Just so you know, you're alive. Huzzah! Let's just say here tomorrow from... No, there's no obligation. Well, hey, okay. Boom, boom. Jump over, jump, dash, bubble. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, okay, it does not look like there's too much more there, so we'll just keep doing that. You made the rule yourself? Well, then that's fine. You are all allowed to obligate yourselves, because guess what? You're in charge of yourself. I will not obligate you. No need to apologize, no need for anything. Exclamation oblige. Or obligation. Me already forgetting what I made the new command so that I don't have to repeat the spiel that I always repeat. I try and hang out, I will sometimes lurk in people's streams, particularly in, like, smaller viewer streams, because it's something where I remember where I was a few months ago, right? I like being able to hang out and see what's going on. It does sometimes surprise me, though, how people starting out sometimes are like, why aren't people watching me? It's like, because no one's found you, / they don't have to? So how? How? Welcome in, Carsey. We will check Discord when we transition to another game. I will flip over. I will do my little flip thing for now. Yeah, starting out and stuff. Yeah, isn't it? Especially, I've said this so many times. I think a lot of people go into it with the wrong expectations. Bom, bom, bom. And you were streaming, was wondering the opposite. Why are people That's how I feel. I don't... Why are you all here? I'm a little ink blob PNG that has a white background when I talk so that you know I'm actually here. I play games and I yap, I get distracted. It's so confusing. Made an emote I'll definitely like. Sick. That's people are making art. You enjoy me enough you enjoy me to the point of creation? That's crazy. Want a real answer? Sure. And like, I do understand the real answers. I've had people give positive reinforcement and whatnot. Like, this is not something where I'm, like, fishing for compliments. I understand it. There's still just always that, like, imposter syndrome of, like, but why, though? No, it's another nightmare? Uh-oh. I think a lot of it is game choice, as well as having good mic avatar. True. I was streaming expecting about a year of 0 to 1 viewers. Turns out you were very wrong. Yup. Like, I've mentioned this a number of times before. Like, legitimately, what I thought would be incredible, my stretch goal was 10 followers by June. From January to June. If I had 10 people drop in my stream, even once, and go, I'll put that there because it basically costs me nothing, even if they don't return, I thought that would be amazing. We have, like, 10 average viewers. 10 people actively watching. That's insane. We are indeed hydrated. Thank you much. Don't think we have 10 followers yet? Yeah, I know. We've just got a 1 followed by a couple of zeros. It's real weird. I think I've pointed out in this term before, but like, if I were a feudal lord, I would have a small feud. Like 10 people, if I handed you all spears, would be quite respectable. For a company of men-at-arms, like, hell yeah. Because it's like, yeah, we are a small stream, but I think the concept of what is small and large gets really weird. Don't give you weapons. I think that's fair, but in principle, there's a clip of a super early stream where you said your goal was one day have 10 people watch you. Hell yeah, you've got way more than that. What, only 80 away from your 500 goal so that we can actually watch you play Undertale? Because gosh darn, I want to watch you play Undertale. Sadly, only ever reached 9. Oh yeah, definitely. Waha. Whoop. Whoop. You've already bought the game, you're ready. Hell yeah. Didn't someone buy Undertale for the Pope? So, you're as ready for Undertale as the Pope is? Also, realizing, I do think I have this somewhat wrong, I don't want to dash up and try and go immediately back to the bubble. The most successful times have been when I've dashed back to the wall. Did I already clear this area? I was indeed here. I poked over to the right wall, but it seems like there's strawberry here, so... Strawberry. We refuse to have another Nemesis berry. I say probably developing another Nemesis berry because this has been 90% of the stream. You're playing a game I enjoy, like the title, so I joined. The convo in chat is not annoying. I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I would have stayed if it was you would have stayed if it was just not annoying too. And also small streamers have a bonus, for me at least. I'm not chat yet, I am the super ultimate. True, very true. And that is something that I'm very, like... I've talked about this a little bit. It's one of those things where it's... I think it would be interesting to get to be a large streamer at some point, just for, like, the experience of seeing how it is. But I really like the vibes, because, yeah, you're super ultimate. You are all individuals. Actually, I really remember, this probably sounded a lot deeper to me at the time than it necessarily was, but I've got a friend who is deeply introverted, and you know the cats that like do not want to interact with humans, and then they come over to you and you're like, oh my god, they chose me, I am the favorite. This is a friend that's kind of like that, it feels like. And they can kind of be afraid of people. And the way they described it was, the people that they like are people, or are persons. The rest are people. So it's it's that differentiation between you're interacting with a person versus you're interacting with a people, one of the mass. And I don't know, that is something that has stuck with me a fair bit. don't want to be part of the chat hive mind. Yep. But yeah. So yeah, I can't watch big streamers. Yeah, it's like I can turn some stuff on in the background. Like a lot of my content, a lot of what I personally consume is YouTube stuff, so I'm not worried about the live chat. I typically consume stuff from Loading Ready Run, which is like a Canadian sketch comedy troupe that does a lot of like Magic the Gathering tabletop gaming stuff, as well as a fair bit of video game stuff. They've got a sort of friend group vibe and whatnot, so it's nice to just sort of be listening in on. But for like watching individual streamers, yeah, big stuff. You are a drop in a bucket, right? I just choose always have over 1,000 viewers or always have under 25. It would be always under 25, 100%. It would be fun, but you would lose so much. Yeah, no, absolutely. I like to grow at most 100 viewers at once. Yeah, even that I think would be overwhelming. But like in steps, it might be doable. From the chat side, the big streamers become entertainers at some point. Yeah. No, that is 100% correct. But like, it's for me, it's something where like even we've only got like 10 people, which is huge. Do not get me wrong. Whenever I'm saying stuff like that, it's like 10 people is a lot. But compared to that, we've only got 10 people. I sometimes lose, like here, we've got a lot of cool messages. I can't read all of them because more is being produced. It's still like trying to have a conversation as one person with 10 people to a certain extent, right? And I'm trying to learn how to be more okay with, hey, you know, sometimes I'm going to miss stuff, right? I do have a view count on. I do sometimes glance over at it. But like I try to not let that affect how I stream. 10 during March, 3 during year 3, that's a generous assumption. Like I like to have it for very basic tracking of like, hey, what are people interested in and what are people not interested in? But like ultimately I'm still going to be doing similar stuff, right? Also, small streamers encourage in-chat combos as well to some extent. Yeah, no, and that's I think at least from what I've seen of big streams, most of the reason to be in chat is to either be part of a hive mind, so you're getting the like in-group feel, or because there are other people in chat that you enjoy talking to. You know, it's a way of, it is a community and you're going there for the community rather than for the stream. 1,000 viewers would be over, yeah. You get more money with 1,000 viewers, but if I need money, I would rather just work more at your job than make streaming your job. Yeah, and that's something, I think I actually directly said that, of like, I am currently doing this in place of a job, basically. This is something, I am at a phase of my life where I don't know what I want to do for a career. I don't know if I'm going to go back and get a master's degree. I don't know where I want to be living. I've got a lot of questions. I've had a lot of questions since January. I've been trying to zero in on some stuff. I'm trying to pick up some part-time work to explore some things. And I'm currently in a position where I'm fortunate enough that I have the freedom to explore that. Wow, Johan ignored message. Typical big streamer. I know! We've got so many good things going on. I'm missing stuff. Very rare occasions, I have 25 people watching. I always remember that's how big your classrooms in high school were, and it's how many people... Yeah, no, yeah, there's like an actual tangible thing. 10 people is about as big as a lot of my college classes. But no, and see, what I generally figure is, I hope that if it is a really critical thing to the conversation, someone will bump it again. Like, thank you, Tim. That was a good thing. Oh, have a good one, Tim. Bye! That's my degree, if I don't mind sharing. I do not mind sharing. So my bachelor's degree, I have a double major in psychology and computer science with a media studies, so basically think like journalism, minor. Woohoo! Okay, one moment. Good. Need to wait a little longer. I was gonna try and focus up there. But yeah, like, here's the thing. Any life advice I give to you is very much as like someone who is good at school and sucks at life. CS major as well? Nice, sick. Planning on going into CS, like specifically as a field, be a software developer, or sort of just use that as a way to sort of spin yourself into anything else. But yeah, like, I don't know. I was someone who did very well at academics, Like, I do not think I got anything less than full marks overall. This is not a brag. This is just contextualization. Because I think that did me a great disservice in not learning how to fail early and not learning how to accept things that were not perfect. Currently interning, doing backend dev. Oh, nice. Like, get a master's? Sick. Yeah, no, that's nice. Backend stuff is interesting. I've been doing a lot more front-end stuff as, like, volunteer stuff recently. I've been doing a lot of web dev for some, like, journalistic organizations. It's just a way to, like, keep my skills up. I did an internship. I did an internship where I was doing some full stack stuff, and I found I do not think I would have a good time doing an actual, like, development job. I'm open to it sometime down the road, but I get really bothered by the project management aspect of stuff because I interact with coding in a lot of ways more as like an art, and I was very, very frequently frustrated by managerial difficulty and asking for estimates that weren't really things you could estimate. Coding is art. It really is, I think. I mean, lingo felt very similar to me to the way I like to interact with coding. I think that's part of why I liked lingo a lot. What would be your dream job, considering that you have both a psych and a CS degree? Dream job, I don't know. That's part of my issue right now. I don't have dreams. Because, hey, mental health can be a thing. What I'm currently looking at doing, I'm trying to get some entry-level positions in libraries, because despite those degrees, I really enjoy customer service, which I think is a lot of why I enjoy streaming, is because I enjoy talking to people, relating to people, and trying to find things that are interesting to improve their life. Yeah, so that's, I don't know, it's, libraries are something that I have a very strong belief in as a mission for public knowledge. I also think that they are something that is in a place that could really use some more people with my skill sets of, like, computer science, because I think they are something that needs to learn to adapt. I'm impressed that there are as many libraries as there are that are offering, like, video game library selections and such, but there is a very strong tendency for them to be, as usually quasi-governmental organizations, slow to adapt to things. So that is something that I think that I could bring my skills to bear on in a very good way, and something where I would be pretty happy doing it. Not the best pay, you know, I could go get a job at SpaceX like some of my friends have, but, you know, even if the pay is awesome, I don't think that would be very healthy for me working. Libraries are cool, yeah. And it's like, you know, there are a lot of things. I'm fortunate enough that I know I can succeed at probably most of what I try to. I'm not trying to say that to sound conceited, but it is something where I need to tell myself that I am indeed a competent person. I am capable. So I know that if I find something that clicks with me, I will probably be able to do relatively well at it. I just need to find something that I can feel good giving a decent chunk of myself to. That also means that I'm not living on the street in a cardboard box. For example, I enjoy streaming. I do not enjoy streaming in the ways that would make it fiscally viable, and even then, still not a good way to pay bills. So, streaming, while it's fun, and I'm really happy to have found a hobby because Lord knows I need one, is something that will be dropping down to more hobby levels when I find some more work. Whoa! Do people actually live in cardboard boxes, or is that just a stereotype? I think it's cartoon shorthand, by and large. I think, typically speaking, it's sleeping bags, because those are really efficient for body heat, or squatting is actually, I believe, a very common form of homelessness, or things that are slightly better permanent shelters, like shipping containers. I truly feel you. Some aspects of CS are very taxing on the mental. Yeah, that's like, I know that I'm capable of weathering those storms. It's just the reason why I got my computer science degree was because I figured I could spin that into probably working about just about any field. and I need to remind myself that that's why I got it, rather than to get like a, you know, a six-figure salary, right? Dad talks about sometimes visiting a homeless camp with tons of tents set up. Yep, tents are definitely something. You buy bagged Johann at Walmart? I don't think you can buy a lot of bagged ink, but I mean, go for it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, a lot of the homelessness that you see, at least in my experience, is not the vast majority of people who are homeless. It is something that I am in a weird position for talking about it, because I am someone who I generally, by and large, have a more, or at least I like to think, more generous and liberal view towards people. I have had a lot of negative personal experience with people living on the street, being very damaging to the communities that I have lived in, and refusing help that has been offered to them. So it has created a fairly negative opinion of the people that I have come across there. But yes, we can go right. We're still trying to get the strawberry, though. Major progress. Oh, right? Definitely. Some days are like that, right? If you don't get that berry, I'm not cool. Aw. Love Celeste streams of just, hey, well, how do we do that? I mean, what? We've made it 2 rooms? But yeah, so it's something I unfortunately do not have a lot of great systemic solutions to it, because I mean, not that I would be qualified to even provide those, but it is not something where I've got like, oh yes, this is what I think would be a better way of doing it. It is something where I have complaints but not solutions. Forgot this is the main gameplay. Yep. Minor progress, but then tried to get berry for an hour. Yep. See, this is what I've said on so many occasions. I am secretly a just chatting streamer who masquerades as someone who does gameplay. Waha. Okay, we jump here. When gonna be a break? Probably 10-ish minutes is probably when we're gonna transfer, even if we've not made much progress, because we've been going for like an hour and 2. Hour and 20. Brain rot before it was cool. Ayo. Bam. Woohoo. Waha. More Celeste, yes, but if it's just the same thing over and over again. You know, so many super wild custom levels? Yeah. Woohoo! I do recall watching you do some absolutely insane stuff on your stream, but I'm like, I am terrified if any of those, like, some of the words that you were trying to get me to guess that are actual, like, Celeste techniques, if those are ever mission critical for the main game, I'm cooked. Next game on my agenda? Next game on my agenda is one you have probably not heard of. It is called March. It is a game that was actually made by someone who hangs out in chat, Silver. I don't know if Silver's still here. I believe so, probably. Which is super neat. It's an actual release on on Steam. Absolutely crazy. On the ground, of course, yeah. We beat it, quote unquote, yesterday, but there are 3 bonus bosses for us to work on, and I would love to try and dial some stuff in at expert level. It's a super cleanly made game that apparently reminds a lot of people of Cuphead. I have not played Cuphead. But it is something that is super cool to me, that we actually, it's got a really cool responsive dev. So, I think it's a very reasonable price point for what it is, so highly recommend checking it out if it sounds up your alley at some point. No super wild custom levels that I'll be able to beat. Gotcha, nice. Who made March? That would be Silverfillet. Hear me out. I'm hearing you out. Just looked up March on the ground and saw my YouTube video. Hey! What if Hyper Rogue? What about What if Hyper Rogue? I'm playing lots of Hades? Yes! Hades was, I think, Hades was actually a big part of me getting back into gaming, because, shortly before, oh, okay, sorry. No, I need to wait for the wind! Ah! Getting anxious. Hades is, the game that I was not playing a lot of like quote-unquote real games shortly before getting into streaming, but Hades I got and went, this is absolutely amazing. I have, I think, like 2 vids of it up somewhere on YouTube. I've made a playlist with pretty much everything broken into categories. I would love to do some more, but a lot of the folks on the channel are not as much into that kind of thing, and also it feels a little weird for me playing it because I've beaten the main story of it, so it's just sort of like doing runs. So Pitta, regarding Hyper Rogue, probably not. I know you really like Hyper Rogue. I found it really interesting trying that on stream for the 50 follower celebration. It really is not my thing. I enjoy hearing you talk about it. It is fun to hear people who are excited. I would like to revisit normal Rogue because that appeals to me a lot more from the like historical perspective, but the actual gameplay of Hyper Rogue is not something I really enjoy. Love the Mars VODs on YouTube? Yeah, thanks. I don't know if it's your type of beat, but I'd love to see reactions to Daniel Mullins' games. I am unfamiliar with Daniel Mullins. Are there any game titles that I might recognize? Or... Woohoo! There we go. Oh, Inscription! Oh! I've not played Inscription. I am a big Slay the Spire fan. I've heard that Inscription is similar. I have not picked it up, but... Pony Island... Oh! Pony Island! I've also heard of Pony Island. I remember watching, Jacksepticeye or Markiplier a long ways back. That's weird. That's an interesting portfolio of games. Those are ones that are on my radar. I have not picked them up, but, I would be interested in those at some point. Why is Lingo and Jump King in the Outer Wilds playlist? Because, remember, I wasn't splitting stuff up. So, things are duplicated, but everything is timestamped so you can get there. At some point, I want to go back and split out the VODs, but now I am splitting them out now that I've learned better editing techniques. Scrabba took way longer than the final boss? Yep. Because that's how I roll. What's the... Oh, that's another one we need as a command. Johan skill level. Good at hard things, bad at easy things. Ah! They Slay the Spire, but meta and horror theme. Gotcha. I was seeing just a very little bit of it this morning. I was looking at Soremu. Inscriptions like Slay the Spire until it isn't. Yeah, I was seeing it. The aesthetic seemed very different when looking at Soremu, but I was not paying like super careful attention and did not understand what was going on. But I mean, I am very much a fan of weird, like, let's get into some meta stuff. If you enjoy that, super. If you've not come across Nier Automata, Nier engages with some of that. And that is what I'm doing sort of as the afternoon story-driven game. Waha! Woohoo! Pay hypothetical money to see someone stream those 3 games in order? Interesting. Wait, and sorry, so I caught, so Pony Island, the Hex I have never heard of. I've heard of the other 2 though. Okay, we got like 5 minutes before I need to say, let's move on to something else. Womp, womp. So let's see if we can get this gosh darn bear. Pony Island is so good. Again, like, I remember, that is something that I watched years ago. I remember very little about it other than it's got, like, hacking stuff in it, yes? I think that is, like, my only real memory. It's a game about ponies. Friendship is magic. Isn't that's the My Little Pony thing, right? I actually watched a little bit of My Little Pony, ways back. No need to research further. Fair enough. It was one of those things that I heard a lot of people make fun of. I'm like, fine, I will try this. And you know what? Like, is it something that I'm still watching as, like, an adult? No. Is it something that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be based on all the hate? Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. Wind starts again. Ah! The pain. The pain! And by which, of course, I mean bread. Okay. Oh my god, okay. Timing there, though, okay. We need to, if we're going, like, right before it... Woohoo! Bounce. Johan has a degree in fumbling the bag. Hell yeah. Yeah, okay. So, by doing the dashing, we go a little faster, but okay, I think I understand how to do that. How'd I come up with the name Johan Plays Things? Very generically. I'm gonna call myself Johan as a stage name, and what am I doing? Plays Things. That was mostly because the name I had really come up with for my online presence, the Printing Press Revisited, I wanted to keep for doing more like, edited, scripted content for like, hey, today we're going to be talking about X bit of philosophy, where I've actually done some research and I'm presenting a somewhat cogent view. That YouTube channel exists. I have put nothing on it because I have not sat down and really done that for anything, but that is something that I would like to do at some point. Goes to Pony Island store. Can I get ponies? We are out of ponies. Okay, can I go get the islands? No. Do I want to know something funny? I suppose. I'm always concerned whenever someone spells funny with an I, because guess what that usually means it's not? Funny. I love me some ponies. Man, it has been so long since I've touched a horse. That's a perfectly normal sentence to say out of nowhere. Don't worry about it. I want to see a horse. I do not want to see a man about a horse. I would like to see a horse. Reference D&D at some point. You might like For the King. Is that... Correct me if I'm wrong. For the King, is that the, you're sitting on the side and people keep presenting problems about the kingdom, and then you are making decisions that have lasting impacts to try and manage your 3 resources? CBA? Ah, of course. Coding Baba Advanced. It's been so long since I've touched a horse. Okay, yes, we can add that. We can add that one to quotes. Remember, when you hit rock bottom, you can still keep digging. True, Novo. Yep, I know 10 minutes has passed. We will wrap it up, but I thought the funny message was Coding Baba Advanced. What? Oh. Well, we'll look at that in a moment then. What? I'm giving myself 5 more tries. We're gonna focus. And I'm giving myself 5 more tries. We're going to focus. Okay. Why? Okay. I will read chat after these attempts, but we're getting serious here. Okay, 4 more. 3-player roguelike game on a hex world map. You do dungeons, gain loot, etc. Oh, interesting. Huh. Made the Baba mod and still can't actually script enough to make something in game engine. Oh, gotcha. Whoops. Go focus dice immediately. Yeah, Celeste experience. Yep. 12-hour stream should just be a loop of chess battle advanced over and over? No. So we still have 4 left. That does sound interesting. So I'll need to look up the name of the game that I was thinking of. Even more March merch designs. Hell yeah. So you mean the longer that I hold off on playing March, the more we see? Damn it. But copyright. Insert Johan dying because of worrying about copyright. Yes. 1, 2. This is fine. We've saved it. Okay. This is fine. 1. This is fine. Need to lock in. I'm trying, man. Okay. 1. Oh, okay, no. Okay, we have 2 attempts left. 1, 2. There we go. Hang on. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh! Screw it. Okay, 1, 2. We got, this is our last attempt. 1, 2. Ah! Okay, this is not auspicious. 1. Oh, okay, okay. It is not happening today. This is fine. This is fine. Some days, it's just not it. We've had some awesome conversations, though. You not saves. No. The 2 pixel offset? Yeah. Okay. We made very little progress in the game. This is okay. We had a good time chatting. We've been vibing with Celeste. Celeste is lovely, and every loop is a new learning experience. That is how we view this. This is okay. So, we will take a quick look. I've got my bowl flipped over, so that means there's something in Discord. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, I'm not very hip with the kids. Is this a Skibbity toilet reference, but Skibbity Johan? Is that what this is? Yes, we have a Discord. Waha. Well, bam. There we go. Someone ate ink. Yeah, that would be very unpleasant. Oh, Skibbity Johan, me not seeing that. Very nice. Okay, here's the thing. I'm kind of impressed by this toilet. Is this clip art toilet? Or that you just drew me in, or did you draw the toilet too? If you drew the toilet, I'm deeply impressed. Where Twitch command? Ooh, squid ink pasta exists? No, I know people have eaten ink, but hot damn. Very nice. That's like actually well rendered. Johan is in danger. Choose a weapon for him. Chocolate sticks or a Glock. I wonder which might be more effective. You did not draw the toilet. Okay. I still enjoy this. I was like, damn that toilet. Non-toxic. Wait a moment. The most exquisite toilet one has ever laid eyes upon. Yeah, I've like charcoal toothpaste and whatnot I've used, and like it doesn't charcoal. A lot of things that color foods don't really change them. I love the little. I'm so afraid. Very emotive. Very nice. Oh, and then oh no, not Marsh in the toilet. Oh no. Buddy, little man, for your charcoal deactivated. Okay, so that aside, we are going to be taking a 3-minute. Oh, want to see the new designs? Let's look at the new designs as we're going into March. So we'll do that on the flip side of the break. Keep it all together. Oh wait, video games? Okay. Oh right, for the Celeste thing, yes. Keep them associated. Very nice. The fake Twitch command. Love it. I also love that the fake command actually, the way I've got the chat set up filters out commands. So that's really funny that it filtered out that. Is that a tiny Among Us, Celeste? Huh. That looks super weird dream. Okay, so don't look at the spoilers. Oh dear god. That looks strange. March on the elevated platform. And yes, thank you, Impact. Welcome in. And hydrate accomplished. To a non-existent Twitch account. Ayo. Until someone makes it, and then it's problematic. Yo, I'm thinking Celeste is sus. Is that a Hog Rider reversed from Clash? Weird. Madeline with... That's Madeline with long hair? Wait, what? My brain is polluted? Look, man, I stream on Twitch. I think it's totally reasonable. No, okay. Madeline with long hair, yes, in the silhouette. I was not even registering that. I thought, what's that symbol? Wait, is that just, hold on, is that just your profile picture? Hold on. um, thinking it's, oh god, thinking it's sus because among, I've played myself. Guy always has a backpack normally as well. Okay. That's just your profile picture. Oh my god. I thought it was the little Among Us guy with like a backpack all when shrunk down. It looks like it's a little bean with a face mask and the backpack. Okay. All right. Okay. We are going to be taking a break. When we come back, we will be looking at some cool new Marsh designs and working on some new Marsh bosses. Marsh is a platforming shoot 'em up similar to Cuphead, it seems. Um, yeah, if you're interested, stick around. We've got the dev in chat, so if you enjoy learning a bit about the games, someone to ask. But if not, don't worry about it. Go find something else cool. We are going to be taking a 3-minute break. We will be running ads during that time. This is a great time for you to stand up. Remember that you have a corporeal form. Stretch, take medicine if you need to and have got it. Grab some water, eat a little food, look out the window, and remember that there's a lovely world outside. So, all right, we will catch you on the flip side. But for now, bye-bye.